The New York Knicks are on the verge of a blockbuster trade that could reshape the franchise's future. Yes, you guessed it. We're talking about Karl-Anthony Towns, the versatile superstar who is one step closer to donning the iconic blue and orange. But there's a key development in this trade saga that's shaking up the NBA world. And it all starts with the 2025 NBA Draft. So, how did we get here? Well, in an exciting turn of events, the Minnesota Timberwolves used their number. 17th overall pick in the first round of the 2025 NBA Draft to select none other than Joan Beringer, a promising French big man. Why does this matter? This pick is part of the massive trade package that will send Karl-Anthony Towns to New York. To understand the significance, let's rewind a bit. Back in September, the Knicks made waves when they acquired Karl-Anthony Towns along with the draft rights to James Nagy, the young prospect out of Spain. In exchange, the Timberwolves received Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, Keita Bates-Diop, and the rights to Beringer. That trade was already a massive deal, but what's happening now? The Wolves are officially using the number. 17 pick they got in the deal, and that brings us right back to Towns' impending move to the Big Apple. But who is Joan Beringer, and why does his selection matter so much to the Knicks? Well, Beringer is just 18 years old and played for Cedevita Olimpija in Slovenia. He's an exciting raw talent with a ton of potential, but as of now, he's not expected to contribute immediately to the Timberwolves. In fact, Beringer recently signed a 4-year contract with Cedevita Olimpija in November 2024, which means he will likely be bought out and come over to Minnesota for next season. His pairing with fellow French center Rudy Gobert gives the Timberwolves a promising young duo in the front court, but it's clear this isn't the piece that will send them over the top. That's why the Knicks can rest a little easier. In this deal, they gave up Julius Randle, a proven NBA scorer and rebounder, but they didn't give up a potential cornerstone for the future. Beringer, while talented, is still incredibly raw and has a long way to go before being a real factor in the league. For the Knicks, this could be a major win, especially since they're adding a superstar in Towns without losing a key piece of their current roster. Now let's talk about the other part of this deal, the Brooklyn Nets' involvement. Originally, the Knicks' 2025 first-round pick was slated to go to the Nets, but instead, it became part of a deal that saw Mikal Bridges join Brooklyn. The number 26 overall pick, once owned by the Nets, was used in this trade, meaning the Knicks pick ended up being a key part of a deal that sent one of the NBA's top young wings to Brooklyn. This pick has its own value, but the real prize here is Towns. So let's break it down. The New York Knicks are about to add one of the NBA's most talented and versatile big men to their roster, Karl-Anthony Towns, who's a former number 1. 1 overall pick and a 2-time All-NBA selection has been a dominant force for the Timberwolves. Towns has averaged over 20 points and 10 rebounds per game in every full season he's played, and his ability to stretch the floor as a center makes him a nightmare matchup for opposing teams. His shooting range extends well beyond the arc, something very few big men can replicate. And with the Knicks' current roster full of young, talented players like R.J. Barrett, Jalen Brunson, and Obi Toppin, Towns' addition is poised to elevate this team into serious title contention. But what about the Timberwolves? In return for Towns, they get Julius Randle, a powerful forward who's been a double-double machine for the Knicks. Randle's addition gives the Timberwolves a much-needed scoring threat in the post, and his ability to shoot from the outside will open up the floor for their young talent. Along with him, Dante DiVincenzo brings energy and perimeter defense, while Keita Bates-Diop adds depth to their wing rotation. The Timberwolves are definitely a team to watch, as they look to build a roster that can contend for the playoffs, especially with the intriguing development of their young big men like Beringer and Gobert. But let's be real here. The big winner in this deal seems to be the New York Knicks. Towns is exactly the type of player they've been missing. A versatile big man who can do it all: score, rebound, pass, and stretch the floor. The Knicks' future is looking brighter than ever with Towns now in the mix, and it's only a matter of time before we see how this team clicks. But before we wrap up, let us know your thoughts. What do you think of the Karl-Anthony Towns trade? Will it take the Knicks to the next level? Do you think the Timberwolves made the right move? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this and other NBA trades. Thanks for watching.